All right, so we're going to be looking at how to access your grades. Remember, your most accurate grades are going to be on Schoology, not on Aries. So on Schoology, not on Aries. So if you click on my history class, this is just a practice class because I can't, I don't have access to a student view. So this is my practice class with like a fake student. So it does not exactly, it's not exactly what we've done in class, but it is, should look a little bit like yours. So again, you would have like my Bitmoji right here and it would say US history. This is a practice class. Okay, so it's set up similar to my other class. On the left hand here, left hand side, you would see grades. And then there's going to be a bunch of categories. There's more categories than this in your grade book. But you would see like, okay, I got a 0% on classwork. Let's see what assignments are in classwork. And then you would look. And it tells you which ones you're missing. Okay. So if you see that it's missing here, you can click on the link. And oh, you missed a daily checkout. It's not currently accepting submissions. So that means you can't really make it up because you have to do the daily checkout the day of. There's no makeups. Okay, close out of that, go back to the gradebook. Let's see this one, discussion board. Let's see if I can make this one up. Oh, well, yes, Miss Torres has not disabled it yet, so that must mean that I can make it up and I can do the assignment. So that's good, so I will spend some time doing that. Okay, we can close that tab again or go back. It might be different in your Chromebook. And then let's see this one. I'm also missing 3.4 US Geography Intro. Oh, so this one's an ed puzzle. So that means you missed an ed puzzle. So you would look down, you would look at here, you would watch it.
The following presentation is brought to you by Discovery Education.
And if you look here, there's these little dots. Those are when there's notes or questions. Some of you have been like, you see this last question and you answer it and then you stop. You have to go all the way to the end. And on some of the ed puzzles, I do not allow you to skip. So you can't just go all the way over here. You have to answer this last question and then continue watching it. Only when you finish watching it will it be considered finished. And then it will go into my grade book and I can check it. If you don't do that, it's listed as incomplete, which is a 0. Okay. So you can't skip through usually. And you don't end at the last question. You watch all the way through. Okay. And since this is up, that means it's enabled still. You can still turn it in. If you were to click on this ed puzzle, it would tell you like no longer accepting submissions or some other version where it lets you know, nope, the deadline has passed on this. And if you notice, you might be like, what? How come I can't turn it in? I want to do the assignment. If you look up here, it's a 3.4. That means it happened in week 3. And then you would look, okay, what week is it now? Oh, it's week 7? Well, I was supposed to do this 4 weeks ago. So yes, you cannot turn in late assignments forever. There is a stop time for assignments. And 4 weeks is definitely too late to turn in an assignment, even if you're ready to do it. Okay? So that is how you would check your grades on Schoology, just going through and checking, seeing which ones are enabled, which ones you can still turn in, which ones you cannot turn in. Okay? It's really easy. You just click on the missing. So a lot of you are used to Aries, which makes sense because we did Aries last year, not really Schoology. So I don't know. I can't have access to like a fake student account, so I put up one of you all. I don't know what it looks like on your screen, but I'm assuming it's a little bit similar where you could just see the assignments. If you have a 0, okay, let me go back to this. So see how it says 0 here, but it's missing? In Aries, it'll just have the 0. It won't say that it's missing. And so if I were you, if you were looking at one of these 0 out of 1 assignments, or you like, oh, it's a 0, I would look at it, 2.10, 2.10, go back to Schoology and see if it's missing. Also, Aries messes up because sometimes it puts NA, which means it doesn't hurt your grade or it doesn't help it. It's just like it's excused. Sometimes in Schoology, in my Schoology gradebook, it'll have it as excused when really it's not. So again, I would double check the NAs to make sure it's really excused. Um, and yeah, so I would just go looking through those and see. Again, some of them can be made up, some cannot. And then if you notice here, it says like sync or async, async, sync. Sync means we did it in class. Async means it was a Tuesday or Thursday assignment. Okay, so make sure you might see a trend like this person in particular. She seems to do a lot of the stuff in class, but she's missing all the independent work. Look at async. So that tells me that this student is not doing the Tuesday and Thursday assignments and missing some of um not look at missing a daily checkout. So yeah, that kind of tells you what you're used to missing. But again, this is not going to be as accurate because it might give you a 0 and you can still turn it in, or it might say NA. And then sometimes it's in Schoology, but it takes a little bit of time for it to be updated in Aries. So again, if you want to know which assignments you can make up, go to Schoology and click on the missing assignments and see if it's still allowed to be turned in, meaning it's still enabled. All right. So good. Hopefully it gets more understandable later.